How a child is parented affects the child's ability to develop trust in themselves and in the world, and it sets the tone for relationship issues later in life. Emotionally distant parents, caregivers or siblings that are hostile or rejecting are devastating for a child, because the child doesn't know how to make sense of that. It doesn't have the resources to be able to compute that. So pay attention, especially if you've got a client who was like an afterthought kid. They may not even know that, but you know, if they've got a sibling, if they're the last child born and the child before them was 12 years earlier, that's a pretty good sign they're an afterthought. And also having a sibling with that much of a gap between the kids, often there's going to be resentment, there could be bullying from the sibling or punishing behavior, things to watch for. When I had a client who had two parents, both of them were emotionally absent. And so this emotional neglect just was too much to bear, and she gave up pretty early. It literally shut down her ability to feel her feelings, because there was no point. There was no point in trying at a certain point. And this client, when she came in, was very, very flat affect, just not emotional at all. She never smiled. And beneath all of that, when we started doing the uncovering work, what I found was a profoundly hopeless child, because she had learned that her only strategy was just to give up. Oh well, it's like Eeyore, oh well, you know, nothing I can do. And she also carried a lot of shame. She blamed herself rather than blame her parents, which is what children do. They turn that blame inward, because if they blame the parents and they focus the anger on the parents, that generates fear, because the parents are either going to punish them or reject them, or there's the threat of losing the only source of safety that they have. And so blaming the parents would mean losing the love, and that's devastating. So what she needed was to be seen, to be heard, to be touched, and to be appreciated for being. That was it, for existing. Providing that experience for her in regression changed the story. And that's what we want to do. We want to change the story. It changes the internal experience of the self.